What's up, SU family? I'm Khrissy B here, and for Women's History Month, we are creating space for women to share their stories and their incredible journeys. And I'm here with my homegirl. Now, Tasha, come on now. That's her name, Chef Tasha Dorsey, who is a wife, a mother, a friend, and a founder of Yummy Creations. Welcome to the space.
Thank you, Khrissy.
How are you?
I'm good.
Good. Drink your wine.
Yeah.
Take a little
I'm
sip.
gonna need it.
You're gonna need it. We're just gonna have an open conversation about what you do. You know, of course, I wanted to highlight and celebrate women that I feel like are going for it, chasing their dreams, that have engulfed in full entrepreneurship, and that kind of make it look easy. So I want the backstory of how you make it look easy. You know, how did you know that culinary and becoming a chef was your industry and your passion?
I knew at a very young age, I want to say 12 years old, I knew that culinary was going to be my journey. I just always loved being in the kitchen. There's tons of baby pictures of me always in the kitchen, making turkeys with my grandmother, and just some reason I just always navigated to the kitchen. But I didn't know until I was like end of eighth grade, going into high school. I have a cousin who's a chef. His name is Eric, and he invited me into his world one time during my eighth grade year, and I was like, oh, this is what I want to do. Like, he took me in a commercial kitchen. Okay. He was showing me how he was making 200 cookies that day, and I was just like, oh yeah, this is what I want. This is super cool. Yeah.
So it started basically you being in the kitchen, what you said, your family, you kind of just cooking, maybe for the holidays.
Right.
And you discovered that's where you wanted to be. And moving forward, now we have Yummy Creations.
Yep.
Do you remember your first job, like your first call that you got? Or was it like you cooking for friends? Was it people coming to the house? Like, what was that first Yummy Creations experiment?
Ooh, there's many of them because when I first started Yummy Creations, I was working as a medical biller.
Oh, okay.
So I was sitting at a desk making menus and emailing people and stuff while I'm supposed to be, doing these orders, doing the medical billing. So it kind of started there, and then I stopped that and got a job with Bristol Farms.
Okay.
I'm sure a lot of people know. Some people don't know about Bristol Farms.
It's like a Sprouts and Whole Foods. It's a healthy food market.
Right. And it's more like gourmet. So they have the expensive cheeses and the meats and steak. One steak is like $30. So so I started working for Bristol Farms in the cafe. And it was like, I was like, oh yeah, this is it. I'm not leaving. But it didn't pay enough.
Okay.
So I had to keep going back and forth. But that first call that I got, I was working in the medical field, and we had just did a party for Hit Boy.
Okay.
For his Grammy. He won a Grammy. And we did a party for him. And a week later, somebody called me and asked if I wanted to be his chef.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So I was like, oh, I'm out.
I'm out.
Like,
you're like, this is it.
Right, this is it. I don't care what they're paying or anything. This is it.
That was a big deal, though.
That was a big deal.
That was a big deal. Yes.
Yeah. So my first private chef job was for Hit Boy.
Okay.
After that, it kind of, again, I just kept going. I would work at a cafe, or I would work at Bristol Farms, just making sure that I'm staying in the kitchen.
Yeah.
I just knew once I left medical billing, I was like, I'm never going back there because it just doesn't make sense. So, yeah.
So as a woman that's pretty much building something of your own, like, what internal challenges do you feel like you had? Like, for everybody that does not know, Chuck Dizzle, obviously that's your husband, and Chuck, he's created Homegrown Radio. Homegrown Radio is a staple, and it's a home for a lot of emerging artists and a lot of established artists. It was a platform to, allow artists to be heard and seen.
Yep.
Did you always feel a part of Homegrown Radio, or did you feel like I need to create my own lane?
No, I've always felt like a part of it because when he was at K Beach, when we met, he was at K Beach interviewing. And I remember one of those interviews was with TDE. Like, I remember Absol, Kendrick, Schoolboy, J-Rock, they all pulled up. Yeah. I didn't know any of them, but I was just like, oh, this is cool. Like, this whole crew is coming to be interviewed. And so I was there in the beginning. So when he moved into Lamoli, the apartment, and he wanted to do that, I was like, yeah, let's do it. Like, it was a no-brainer because this is like you're truly passionate about. And a lot of people don't know that Chuck was the one that pushed me to even start Yummy Creations. Like, when we met, he was one of those conversations that we had was just like, well, what do you want to do in life? Because I was doing medical billing at the time. And I was like, well, I've always wanted to be like a chef or, at that time I was like, edible arrangements. Like, I want to do stuff like that. And he was like, do it then. And it was just like so simple to him. He was just like, just do it. Yeah. And then he helped me come up with the name Yummy Creations, and we just been riding ever since.
I love that. So what are some of the challenges that you guys feel like you had to go through in order to get to today? With being a mom, you have two boys, marriage, trying to find that balance with Yummy Creations and being a wife and being a mother.
Yeah, like, it's a lot.
It is a lot. So what do you feel like, how have you been able to navigate through all of that?
I would say our village. Like, our family is hands-on.
And then you're supporting him.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. So we support each other. We make sure our schedules align. Yeah. If he has something, I'll make sure that I'm at home or my mom is available. His mom, our family is huge. So if there's ever a time where we're like, have to take something 911 and we both have to be out, we know that we have somebody that we can call on to help.
Yeah. Now, of course, being a chef and being in the culinary industry, like, what are some, I would say, non-traditional, unorthodox meals that people love? Like, to me, I will never put ketchup in my tacos. Like, that right there is just a no-no for me. Yeah. Like, but also, I like sugar in my grits.
I do too. I love that's sugar. A big thing. People are probably gonna.
People
be
are
like,
different.
What?
I know, but I refuse to. I will never try ketchup in my. That's disgusting. And to me, it doesn't go together. But
it doesn't.
Have you found yourself creating some unorthodox or non-traditional dishes that you feel like people love, or that you feel like maybe the world should know more about or discover as a meal?
I don't know. We've done some pretty creative egg rolls before. Okay. We've done like a soul food egg roll, and one of the most popular ones that we've done was like a apple pie. So for a dessert, one time for a dessert course, we did an apple pie egg roll, and people flipped.
So apple pie filling inside of an egg roll.
Inside of an egg roll,
like a regular fried egg roll with apple pie.
But it's
I'm
apple pie.
I'm not mad at that though.
Fire.
That sounds like it might be good.
It's fire.
Yeah. Okay.
And it's pretty too, because we like cut it nice and pretty, and then the garnish and make it look amazing. So yeah.
And you know what's funny? Because my second job was working at Hometown Buffet.
Oh, God. I'm not going to...
Let me tell you something.
Hometown Buffet was cracking.
But I'm traumatized. I'm fucking traumatized. Let me tell you why I'm traumatized. Because I used to obviously I had to go in the kitchen. Like, I was a greeter. So, obviously I was the first person that people would come to. I would check them in. I'll walk them to their table, or a waitress or whatever, a hostess. So when I used to have to go back to the kitchen, and I'd be looking at the cooks, and I'm just looking like, it looks disgusting back here. Like, I'm like, it's not. I used to see food just floating in the water.
I was going to say, what about it made it disgusting to you? Was it the way the cooks looked? Was it the...
Both. Both. Okay. And I would love to know, like, how important that is for a chef in the culinary industry about cleaning it. Like the cleanliness side of it, the etiquette, the presentation, because I don't eat everybody's food. Yeah. I'm just not, I don't care. I don't do potluck. Sorry. I'm just not touching a lot of people's food. Yeah. And if it don't look right, I'm big on presentation. Like, as a chef, I want you to express or tell me how important it is for all those components to be checked off. Like, the cleanliness and just the etiquette and the presentation of food. Right. Yeah.
My team will tell you I am very, very particular on how they look when they come in. You can't wear certain shoes. Your hair has to be back. Yes. And or have a hat on. We're always wearing gloves and changing. I make sure the gloves stay stocked because we are going through them. And I have designated people to clean up after us when we have big jobs. So there's a shift. If there's a shift where we're making a bunch of food and we know we don't have time to clean up, then I have my other chefs come in and, you know, clean up behind us, and we just kind of rotate. And also as a chef, you just got to clean as you go. Like that's like one of the main things that you learn, clean as you go, because you can't just be, if you're working on chicken and then you got to cut tomatoes next, you got to make sure that that space is clean first. Yeah.
Do you prefer more corporate or do you like more private events?
That is so crazy that you say that, because I have just realized that we have navigated in the beginning. Our corporate clientele has like, it's way, it exceeds our private events now. And I love it, because I just had a 3-day job this week where it ended at 2 p.m. So I'm able to go pick the boys up. And for me and Chuck, like, that's one thing that we're aligned with. Like, we really enjoy taking them to school and picking them up, because I don't know, when I grew up, we didn't have that. We got on the bus.
We walked them, exactly.
We took the public transportation.
I love picking my child up and dropping off.
It's important, because we didn't have that, and I feel like it matters to them too. Like, they're so excited when you pick them up. So that's just something that we really enjoy. We want to make sure whatever we're doing, like, we got to make sure that we can do that. I don't even remember what we were at. Corporate. Corporate clients is where,
versus private, more of a.
I love it because it's more structured. And corporate is just like straight to the point. They know exactly what they want, and all you have to do is go and execute, and they'll keep coming back.
Yeah. And speaking of the boys, do you feel like being a chef has altered the way you think about nourishment? Because, you know, a lot of kids don't, well, let me not start with this. A lot of parents don't really know how to cook and give their kids the proper foods.
Right.
Like, remember the food chain at school with the apples and the vegetables on the,
man.
Like, that's really it's really necessary.
Yes.
And I feel like a lot of kids that are in daycare, and this was also an issue with my child, they're giving out candy too early.
Yeah.
They're giving out candy too early.
Yep.
And it's an issue because if a lot of parents aren't knowledgeable, and I think also too, this has to do with finances. Like, a lot of people don't have the money to go out and buy the groceries and buy the proper fruits and vegetables are expensive. So they're going to the store and buying quick foods. Do you feel like, as a chef now that is a mother, that nourishment and buying the proper foods is important? How did you incorporate and get the boys to love fruits and vegetables and get them to eat certain foods?
Yeah, we just started them early.
Yep, exactly.
Like, you just got to give it to them early. Like, the minute they can have solid foods, start giving it to them then. Like, let them try everything.
Yeah.
And then with the boys, we never, like, they get pancakes and waffles and stuff, but they don't get syrup. They've never had syrup.
Okay.
Or they, at this point, Charles has had it, but
so what do you supplement with?
Nothing.
Really? So they're eating dry. So they eat it dry.
Yeah, and they love it.
Okay.
Yeah, because I feel like
they don't know the difference.
Yeah, and then now when Charles has it, he's like, "Oh no, that's too sweet."
Oh wow.
And then like the Honest juice boxes, they don't drink Capri Suns and Kool-Aid, and
I love this.
Yeah, we do Honest, and they drink tons of water. They love water.
Good.
So I think the key is to start them as early as possible, because once they hit like 3 and 4, like they know what they like by then. They're like, no, I want that Capri Sun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are there any other secrets you can tell us, and maybe not even secrets, but any other things that you wish you would have known early on about the culinary business that nobody told you, like that you learn now? You have to kind of experience it.
Yeah, I think I would just say like the finances behind it, and all of the like the permits and the insurances and everything. The more that I've grown, the more money I'm spending. More money, more problems. Yeah. So, when I started, it was just me, and I don't have to have a food permit. I don't have to have insurance. I probably should have had insurance at that point, but now there's like a long list of things that I have. I have a whole team. So, I would say learn as much as you can. Learning as you go. I mean, it is what it is. This is where we are. But if you can learn as much as you can, if you have somebody around you that you can ask questions to, I would say learn as much as you can about the financial background of catering before going full force.
Now, is there any legal business that people should know of when it comes to culinary and being a chef?
Right. I would say once you're like catering for like parties, I think absolutely have insurance.
Okay.
Food insurance, because if anything happens, if somebody comes in your kitchen and they cut their hand on their knife and they blame you, that's a whole situation.
Yeah.
Or if somebody gets sick, I think insurance is very, very important. Whether you're a private chef or a caterer, I think that's probably the top priority.
Okay. That sounds very important to have. Yeah. Absolutely. Now, for someone that wants to discover and try yummy creations for the very first time, what are like the top 5 dishes you would introduce them to?
Oh my God, there's so many.
I know.
I don't know if you've seen our menu.
I have.
We do everything.
Like what are some favorites?
Yeah, I love.
And do you stay away from cooking anything, or you'll do, if the customer wants it, you'll make it, or is there anything you just refuse to make?
There was a time where I would just make anything. Mm-hmm. Like anybody would come with any kind of budget, and I would do it.
Okay.
Because
yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm just trying to out there trying to get it. But I would say our Thai, Cuban, Creole, and Italian will probably be my top favorites.
Yeah.
Top favorites.
Okay.
I personally know how to make everything, and that's not even to like toot my own horn.
But again, you just do.
I worked at Lazy Acres, which is a part of Bristol Farms, and I worked the food bar there. It's just like Whole Foods. So when you go in Whole Foods, they have all the different kinds. So I knew how to make I had to make Indian food. I had to make, everything from all these different cuisines, and we had to make sauces from scratch and the dressings and all that stuff. So I can literally make everything, but that doesn't mean I want to.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, again, going back to like, are there any standout dishes though that if somebody was like, I want to try yummy creations, what would be like a couple of dishes that you would introduce them to?
Oof, I would say the shrimp and grits.
Okay.
The cubanos on our Cuban menu. And our Greek menu is really, really good.
Oh, okay.
And it's healthy.
Okay.
I like being healthy sometimes, but our Greek menu is amazing. Yeah.
Now, I'm a woman that has fibroids.
Okay.
Right? And I know a lot of this is a thing with Black women though. Like this is really big within Black women of fibroids, and I know fibromyalgia is a big thing too. What would you say for like someone like myself that's trying to go, like non-dairy? I'm trying to cut out dairy. And it's hard because, again, I love cheese. Cheese is big for me. It's the cheese. Not necessarily like the milk aspect, but I've been converting more so like oat milk and almond and soy. But I even hear soy I should cut back from.
Yes.
Now, for women, or for the women that are having issues with fibroids, like what kind of menu or what would you suggest? And heavy menstrual cycles, like what would you suggest for us and for our bodies, and to help us kind of more so on the healing side?
It's funny you bring up non-dairy because we've had to make that switch in our family as well, because little Charles has eczema.
Okay.
And dairy flares up eczema.
Good to know.
So we drink tons of oat milk. We haven't had regular milk in a while. So oat milk is a great choice. But I would say the Mediterranean diet is probably the best way to go, because it's so light, and it's if there is cheese, it's like feta cheese.
Okay.
And feta cheese is light. It's not that heavy on the stomach. And you have like fish and chicken, and everything is grilled. And I think Mediterranean diet is probably the best way to go.
Nice. Okay. So non-dairy Mediterranean. And what's the meat options again for Mediterranean?
Usually it's like chicken, salmon, lamb.
Yeah.
You could throw steak in there every now and then.
Got it.
I feel like having beef every now and then is good for our iron, and just, it's okay to eat beef every now and then.
Yeah. Okay. Good to know, because I've suffered with that, and I feel like now a woman that's in her 40s, I'm like, I have to be very, very careful about what it is. And I have to get my daughter onto the same routine too, because I don't want her to have the same issues.
Yeah.
So I'm like, ooh, I got to cut back. But yeah, the dairy thing is so big, and Black people love dairy. We love our dairy, but that's good to know that you have a lot of versatility, I guess, in your menu, your options, so that people, rather you want to eat healthy or you want to, you want to indulge, you have options for us,
Right.
So before we close, I would love for you to tell us, what are you most proud of about yourself, about what you've accomplished, and what you're proud of when it comes to your business?
I think I'm just proud of myself for doing all the things that I wanted to do when I first started. And even when my mind changed, like in my 20s or my 30s, and said, I want to do this now. Like I did that already. Now I want to do this. I've done those things too.
Yeah.
So I'm proud of myself for just like sticking to it because a lot of people, like you said, look at women or look at us entrepreneurs and be like, man, it's so easy. Like I can do that too. Let me start my catering business. But it's not. Like you have to start from the very bottom and just keep going, because it's going to get harder as you keep going. You just have to be ready for that. And just, if it's something that you really love to do. And like I said, I knew that I was going to be in the kitchen since a very young age. So to me, there was no fallback. So I knew that this was going to be it. So I'm proud of myself for sticking to it. And my boys look up to me. Little Charles. Little Charles loves coming to work with me sometimes. And I have Chef Charles on his shirt.
Aww.
And he's just, he's really excited. Every career day he's putting on a chef. I'm going to be a chef. So I'm happy to see that, it's moving on. And even if he switches up, that's completely fine. But he's excited about something, about a career.
Such a young age.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. And I'm proud of my team that I created. Like I started with just me, and now I have, I got to give a big shout out to Chef Erica, my sous chef. She does meal prep for us.
Nice.
I used to do meal prep back in the day, but it's a lot.
Yeah.
It is a lot. But Erica loves it. Okay. She literally loves everything about meal prep and eating clean and everything. That's what she's here for. So she does a great job. Chef Jazz, Mark, Sparkle is a part of Homegrown, but she plays a big role in Yummy Creations as well. Like I feel like in all of our lives, Sparkle is just like, she's that girl.
Yes,
like
she's
amazing. Bliss as well. Yes. She helps us out. There's so many people that I'm forgetting, but I have,
you guys just merged. Everybody, you guys are just one big family.
We're a family, and I bring that into the kitchen, and I'm very adamant about letting them know, like, don't come in here with no attitude. Don't be cooking these people food with no attitude, seriously. Because that's a
spiritual thing.
Exactly.
No, it is. Like we can feel that. We know we can feel it.
Right.
We can feel it.
When you come in this kitchen, turn on your music.
Yep.
Let's have a good time and let's cook some great food. So if you in a bad mood, go outside for a second and handle that. But
yeah. Well, I appreciate you being here. I know this is your first time, but I just feel like you have a story that we should know. And that it was very important for me to just put you on a pedestal and let you know that we see you, we love you, we support you, and that we just wanted you to be able to help somebody else that probably wants to walk into your footsteps, that sees you. And I if anybody understands the grind, I do. So
thank you.
Of course I aspire to be married one day, but I am a mother too. I have a 13-year-old daughter that I'm raising. And
13 is crazy.
It's crazy, right? Because little Tori was around when she was 5 or 6. But I also do remember at the beginning when you announced when you were pregnant with Charles.
Yeah.
I remember that, so... And again, it's just to let you know that you are seen and you're heard, and that we want to be able to support Yummy Creations. We want everybody to book with Yummy Creations.
Whether it's meal prep, events, a wedding, anything. Yes.
And Sway's Universe, we love Yummy Creations. She has catered some of our garage series events.
Sway is amazing. Like, I just thank him. Like, he kind of like, I worked so hard last year, and like he took the time to like really tell me about my food, which is crazy. He didn't, Sparkle handed over the meal, but he ate it, and he came and talked to me and like had a real conversation. And I just appreciate that, because everybody won't do that.
Exactly.
And
they eat and leave.
Right.
Yeah.
I feel like I compare him a lot to Chuck, because Chuck, I feel like he's so down to earth, and he just like, he cares so much, and you can feel that when you just have a regular conversation with him. So I appreciate Sway for that, and just taking the time to, like I said, for a simple conversation. Yeah. Thank you for the order as well. Yes. But thank you.
Of course. And thank you. So for anybody that wants to order from Yummy Creations, that wants to hire you and book you as a chef, how can we follow you?
Yummy Creations LA, at Yummy Creations LA on Instagram. Website is yummycreationsla.com.
Perfect. All right, you guys. Thank you. Until next time, I'm Khrissy B, Sway's Universe Hot Topics, and we are out. Peace.
Thank you.